Hi, atmosphere. Hi, Anita. What you good people got going on this Taco Tuesday? We know you don't celebrate Taco Tuesday, atmosphere. We know you don't celebrate Taco Tuesday. Hmm. It's all good. We celebrate for you. You probably don't even eat tacos. Atmosphere don't believe in tacos. So how was y'all weekend? I know it's Tuesday, but let me start by asking that. How was y'all weekend? Y'all get anything accomplished? Have some good fun, good drinks or something? My weekends have switched. I don't no longer have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I had to switch my days, yes. So my weekend fell with my birthday last week, so I did have fun. Well, I mean, you get some rest, Anita. That's always good, and it ain't nothing else to really do but just to relax. That's what I want this week on my weekend, which starts tomorrow. I just want to rest, let my body recharge. All that dang on working. Yeah, I got one more day to push through. I can do it. One more day. Thank you. One more day, and I'll be off. And you know what's sweet about this is I have to work today, and then I have to work Saturday, and then we're off until Tuesday again. So basically, I work Saturday and Tuesday for my next shift, my next schedule, and it's all paid. We get paid for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Those paid time off. So that's exciting. And since I only started, I got like 2 hours of personal time, which I used 47 minutes of today. I'm a yep, because we got to use that. It don't roll over. So I'm gonna use my little 2 hours to come home early on December the 30th. So instead of working till 5:30, I'm out of there at 3:30, right after break. By the time I go take a break and use the bathroom, I'm out. So yeah, I'm excited about next year though. I've had some thoughts like that I didn't think would come up, and I'm like, okay, here we go again. But I think that sometime when things revisit us, it's a it's somewhat of a what is the word I want to use? There's several I could use, but I want the one that I feel fits what I'm thinking. Um, when something like say for instance you've done something before and you like that's over, I'm not doing that anymore, but then it starts to come up again. I think that's I got a brain fart. That's an indication that maybe you need to revisit. Did it really take me 30 years to come up with the word indication? Lord have mercy. Got to be more careful. 2024 is going to be great for everyone if they choose it, you know? Like, I don't never look at my year as everything that went wrong, and I think that's where we kind of get thrown off, Yes, I said throw it off. We get thrown off because we put so much emphasis on what didn't go right. It's 365 days in a year. And I know that I have never experienced 365 horrible days. Yes, they came, but it did not make my whole year, you know. Yeah, we go through things. I experienced a lot of death in 2023. And that still doesn't, man, between death, financial decreases, all types of things. And I'm still thankful and grateful for 2023 because it could have been worse. I think we find everything wrong with the year and then we rush it out and say, oh, I can't wait. 2023 was horrible. Every year people say the same thing. I'm over 2023. I'm over 2021. Like, I think when we say stuff like that, we create a cycle because every year that it comes in, another year, we wind up saying the same type of things. Throw 2023 in the trash. But yet and still you're breathing, you're still moving, you got a job, you're eating every day, your kids are healthy, but you had to buy some new tires unexpectedly. So what? You had a little leak in your roof. So what? You got a roof. Some people don't have a roof to have a leak in. It's all perception for me. I'm never going to, not saying you said it was a bad year, Anita. I just, this made me think, how sometimes we can curse a time in a space because it doesn't feel good in a moment. And I think that a lot of us are reaping what we've sown by cursing what we've been blessed with. You've been blessed with, if you made it through the whole year, you've been blessed with 365 days that some people didn't get allotted. Some people's time got cut short. But we'll just curse the year as if we done got a raise at the job, a bonus, and everything else, and still throw the year in the trash. That's why I say I don't want to wait till 2024 to start. Even if it's just with thoughts and ideas and strategies, I'm gonna start now. I'm not gonna wait till next week, pretty much. I'm starting now. That's why I say, I'm focusing on what I can't see, and I'm gonna say it until I see it. And I was driving down the street, and plain as day, it was like, open another shop, and I'm like, I don't do that. I don't want another shop. Those are the things that I say. I am not opening a shop because I don't want to, because you can't find workers, because it's so many reasons why I don't want to open a shop. Me personally, I really just don't want to do it. But the fact that it came to be like that, that's not something I would think. So for me, it's an indication of something that I need to do for some specific reason that has to do with the purpose in my journey. So here I am. I can't see it. I know how to do it. I've done it twice before. I can't see it though. So I guess I'm just going to start speaking into it, giving it life. I encourage my friends who want to start businesses. The first thing to do is name your business. And I say that because I've seen people, my friend, for instance, he was trying to plan a laundromat. Not a bad idea. But I'm trying to tell him, like, you better investigate how much the electricity and the types of insurances and all that stuff you need. Because I know that, electricity and with, come on, man, industrial strength washers and dryers has to be a lot. And so I would ask him, what's the name of your business? What's the name of your laundromat? I'll think about that later. I personally don't feel like you can, but for me, I need to name it so I can speak into it. If I have a name for my business, now I can start to say, Okay, if I say my business name was Anita's Beauty Shop. I'm like, this is Anita's Beauty Shop. This place is going to be blessed. And versus speaking those things into something without a name, if that makes sense. It's like exactly names are important. Like I always say, Ti, rapper Ti, he gave his kids names that are so powerful that I feel like hell comes after them harder. When you name your children things like Messiah and King, those are strong, dominant names. And if you're not going to cultivate that young person that carries such a heavy name, life gonna beat them. I know a whole bunch of people with names like that, and them kids be bad, bad. If you name something king or someone king, then you need to raise that child to understand what a king is, what a king does, how a king should be. Not just because it's a cool, trendy name to name your child. And that's what I feel about businesses. You know, it should mean something to you, whatever you name your business. It should have some kind of heartfelt value that now you speak life into it as you would your child. You know, I named my daughter Kaniqua. Why? Because her daddy wanted me to name her Kanika Jamaica. And that shit wasn't happening. Kanika Jamaica. That is the worst name in the world. So there was this lady across the street. She was Mexican. And she used to call me Jamaica. So I put the QA on the Kanika and made her Kaniqua. And her middle name is a mixture of my middle name and my sister's name, Just Shay. My son is Kevon Diamante. I named him after a car, the Mitsubishi. What was I thinking? Names have meanings. Although they are great people, I probably could have chose better names, but they fit them. You know, they really fit. But nevertheless, when I named them those names, I named them because I loved them, because I wanted them to grow into successful adults, because I wanted them to experience life the way it has been planned out for them. So I put care into those two people that I gave names to. Just like I need to put care into any business that I start. Any business that you start, you have to treat it as such. This is my baby. You nurture your child, you care for it, you make sure everything is going good, that the baby's not sick, that the baby is fed. That's what you have to do with business. And I think that's where a lot of us probably get discouraged, myself included, because I've done it, like I said, twice. And then, not to mention my online boutique. I know I didn't feed into that boutique what it needed to be fed in order to take off. That's why I still got all these clothes that I need to sell. By the way, I have dresses for sale. I got dresses and a pantsuit and one cat suit. Pretty dope stuff for the winter. Great for this season. So as I hear, open a shop, here I am in a whole new town. Nobody knows me. I know in this next year I have to create impact. If I'm planning a business, I'm going to have to create some kind of impact here so that when I do launch for my business, there's already people who want to work in my business. Why? Because they know who I am, they recognize me, they know my work ethic, they know my skill level. So I believe that in 2024, our impact and influence will be very important. You don't have one without the other. Your impact is going to be based upon your influence. You know, a lot of times we're on social media and like, yeah, I'm an influencer. No, you got to be an influencer in real life, not just social media. Big ups to the people making a whole lot of money as influencers. But even those people, you need to carry that gift that you have as an influencer into your real world when it comes to creating multiple streams. Your ability to influence should always fuel your business. If you can come on a social media site and influence 500 people, and let's say 150 out of those 500 do something and say that you encourage them to do it or whatever in the case may be, just imagine what you can do in real life, in tangible situations, people that you can really touch and see and encourage and help. So I think in 2024, it'll be more of the same for me, but just an increase in sharpening my entrepreneurial mind, gaining more, as much knowledge as I can about the things that I'm going to be delving into. Continue to pray for wisdom, first and foremost, because I can have all the knowledge and understanding in the world. I can have all the success in the world. But without wisdom, you'll screw it up. A lot of times we want, and then we get it, and then we mess up because we don't have the wisdom to even be a good steward over what we've been blessed with or what we started or set out to do. Wisdom is important because with wisdom, you know what to do with the understanding that you have, with the knowledge you gain. Wisdom teaches you not to make bad decisions. It teaches you what decisions to make that's going to be beneficial to your business. And you can flip this and apply it to your whole life. It ain't even got to be business. It ain't even got to be business. I just think that, like Anita said, I hope 2024 is better for everyone. It really can be. If we just really look at the big picture and see, like, it's already mapped out for us. Things that we are supposed to do, can do, should do, are already prepared. If our only job is to walk it out, figure it out, and get to the next destination or the final, whichever one comes, you know how that goes. However you view that. I just think that we have several destinations that we reach in life. We were talking about this last week. There's several stops we have to make along the way, whether it's for equipping or for helping. I feel like along those stops, we're either depositing something to people or we're receiving something from a people. That's how those doors work. There's a giving and a receiving, and doors are people, as you know, people are doors. Doors are people. You know, I want us to stop saying, "Oh Lord, open the door for me," and then ignore the person that came to open the door for you. People are doors, people. They make a way. They are vehicles that are used by God. It ain't a door ain't gonna appear in the sky and be like, "Come in." That is not gonna happen. You have to understand that your gifts make room for you. If your gifts make room, then you got to be willing to open those doors. You got to be willing to network. You got to be willing to sometimes share pieces of what you're doing. You know, we get caught up in this. You can't tell nobody what you're doing because they'll try to take it from you. But then we'll say, what's for me is for me. If it's for you, then first of all, you'll use discernment on those people that you are supposed to discuss things with and what you're supposed to discuss. And if you do make a little slip up and somebody do try to sabotage you, what happened is for me. What's for me is for me. What's for you is for you. And also know when you say what's for me is for me, might be something you don't want, but it's for you. Like I don't want this shop. But I guess what's for me is for me. And we about to find out. My biggest dilemma, well, I ain't gonna say it's a dilemma. And I just got my answer, I believe. Just I don't know. I didn't get no answer. What I need wisdom on is, do I keep my same name that I've been having? Or do I start a whole new chapter with a whole new business, whole new name for my business. Currently it's Styled by Her Meekness Beauty Bar. Nothing wrong with the name, but I'm looking at the changes I've made. Is that something that I leave behind with other things? Those are things that you have to visit and know when you're planning things out, when you're mapping things out. So I'll say for now, it's still Styled by Her Meekness, with me waiting until something may trigger my spirit to say, no, this is the name. I believe that atmosphere. I don't think anything's going to come to trigger that, but I also have to keep an open mind. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for saying that, because you made me remember, number one, my why. Number two, my catchphrase is Styled by Her Meekness Beauty Bar. There's strength in her hair and her meekness. That's where I get my name from, Her Meekness. I had a friend that used to call me that, Her Meekness. And that's how I start using that for my business. Friends started calling me Meek. I didn't used to call myself Meek. My family called me Jamaica or Mika or Mimi. Friends started calling me Meek when I moved to Cleveland. It's kind of stuck. Then when you think about meekness, there's absolutely strength in being meek. Ain't no punk and no meekness. Bunch of strategy and calculated moves, appearing to be one way, but really you strong and powerful. And not just as a person with that name, but everybody. There's a beauty in being meek. Doesn't the Bible say the meek shall inherit the earth? But everybody think that means you weak. If you know how to not be over extra, how not to react and respond to every single thing that occurs that pisses you off. In meekness, the strength comes because you're able to beat people at their own shenanigans. If you're indeed being meek, you win in meekness. Most people want to be rah rah. I'd rather be meek. There's a time and a place for the rah rah. Don't get me wrong. But I'm always going to remember my meekness over that. When I operate in my meekness, they think you know, I'm just chill. She ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't this. When the whole man, people calling me on the phone. Ready for war. That's what I love about being meek. You're very humble and appreciative and grateful, but you ain't to be played with. Everybody can move in that. Nobody wants to be humble though, atmosphere. They say it, but they don't be doing it. Because for some reason we've been conditioned to believe that being humble is weak. Child, please. In humility, you see better. I know I do. Absolutely. But yeah. I just wanted to come back on here. I came on here what time was it, Anita? Like 7 o'clock this morning. My time. I don't know where you're at. We had Anita and Jay in here. Hey, Uncle L. Um, I had just got off work and I was sitting in the car eating, so I said, let me go on live for a minute, test the waters. We talking about the things you can't see, the ideas that you may have, or those those things that we say, man, I wish I could do this or whatever. You can't really see it, so we just gonna start saying it until we see it. I'm gonna confess these things with my mouth until I see it before my eyes. I think that's the only way. That's walking by faith. You're believing something you can't see right now. We get a glimpse of the big picture, but we just don't know how it's gonna happen. Well, it's gonna come by words out of my mouth first and foremost, and then everything else gonna fall in place. I always love that because in the beginning, God said, "Let there be," and look where we live at. Look at us. It was created by words. Something he did. Well, he might have seen it, but something we couldn't see. We created just by simply saying, "Let there be light." Then we got all the animals and all that good stuff. Hey, y'all, for real though, this is kind of off subject just because I was talking about the beginning. What if God was still pulling y'all woman out y'all rib? How y'all think that'll be? Anybody ever thought about that? Like how Eve literally, like, okay, he put Adam to sleep and then boom, out of his rib comes Eve. Do y'all ever imagine what that would be like if that's how it happened? You be seeing these guys be talking about, man, I just needed to be my rib. Would you be down if you had to really give up a rib to get your rib? What is wrong with me? It's time for Taco Tuesday. I go to work at 7 o'clock. That is interesting. I wonder. Was that earlier we was talking about approaching? Yeah, we was talking about women approaching men and how women are so stuck on feeling like a woman ain't supposed to pursue a man, so they won't even say as much as hello to a man because they feel like that's a pursuit. And I like I said, I disagree with that because I don't think anything's wrong with letting a person know you're interested, and that could be simple as hello. We talked about how Naomi gave Eve instructions to go into Boaz's room and lay at the foot of his bed so that he would know she's available for marriage. Like, if we ain't supposed to approach man, she ain't say do nothing else. She just told her to go and let it be known. Hey, I'm open. I'm available. I need to be married. No, I'm just kidding. And just, God, I hope that my sisters in 2024, I'm telling you, if you see a fine nickel, clap your hands. No, I'm just kidding. If you see a man, I'm telling you, listen, I'm gonna get back to that rib thing. If women, if you see a dude, a man, some handsome masterpiece, whatever it is in your eyes that you see, if it makes your heart skip a beat, or you look at him and you like, what is that? Don't you let him walk out that door. You better go say hi. How you doing? Cause you never know. That feeling might just be that You needed to initiate this conversation so then you can be pursued. Come on, man. Quit dropping the ball on y'all's king and stop asking for a Boaz. I keep telling y'all he old as dirt. I don't want none of them dead people in the Bible. I want the man that God has for me. I don't want no David. I don't want no Solomon. None of them. Simon. No. Anywho, I was just thinking about that. How would you guys feel if we had to really just like come out y'all rib? Like that would be crazy. I wonder if like today would y'all be walking around with a bandage on, or would it be like miraculous? Would it be painful? Oh goodness, something is wrong already. I ain't even had a margarita yet. That's a hell of a thought. I need you to be my rib. I saw an interesting post on Facebook. Yeah, because I know I came to the end of my words. We're gonna say what we can't see until we see it. That's the gist of everything else. But I saw this post. It's usually this guy. He's like, remember I told you I was the older guy that I had talked to before? He's like 59. He turned 60 the other day. Oh my God. Whew, that's old. Too old for me, I mean. Um, he posted, I forgot. Damn. I had to make jokes about the man. And now I don't even know what I was going to say. That's a sad shame. Hold up, commercial break. I had to take a commercial break because I really wanted to make my point of what I was saying. Hey Diane, I was saying that we were talking about women going into like approaching men, how women have it all mixed up about the pursuit. You know, they take even initiating a conversation or saying hello as that's pursuing a dude to approach him first, you know, and I disagree. Um, and then I was saying, what if today God was still pulling man's wife out of his rib? Like, what would it be like? Would they be in pain or, you know, I don't know, weirdness. But I was saying the man this 60-year-old man that I know had posted a comment yesterday, and he was talking about he said, what does it mean? I had to go find the comment. That's what happened. He said, what does it mean when people say, I just need you to be my peace? And I'm like, I can't stand that, y'all. I cannot stand that statement to save my life. Like, I think we done kind of touched on that before, but it's just interesting that, man, that 60-year-old posts a whole lot of stuff because it took me a year to find that post. But, man, it's so much stuff that just don't make sense to me. Like, I understand probably what they're trying to say when they say that. I just need you to be my peace. You're supposed to be his peace. And it's always the one way though. It ain't never be her peace. It's always you're supposed to be his peace. And the man will say, I need you to be my peace. I strongly disagree with that. I agree with keeping peace, doing things to not cause strife in a man's life. I believe in, not making things difficult both ways, not just man, woman, but also woman, man. But because I know that peace comes from God, that's my thought. When people say that, what do people expect when they say, I need you to be my peace? I think you think that I'm supposed to be Jesus. That's what I think. If that's the Prince of Peace, Jehovah Shalom, that's what you're expecting to be when you say, I need you to be my peace. No, brother, you have to get your own. I got mad. Now, together we stay peaceful because we have the peace already. It's not for me to come in and give you peace or vice versa. The peace should be there, just like your happiness should be there. You choose happy and then you do things to enhance your happiness together. We put a whole bunch of work on ourselves that don't even have to be. That's one thing I can say that I've heard Jada Pinkett say that I absolutely agree with. You choose to be happy. You make yourself happy. Because what happens when that person don't make you happy? You're just gonna be sad every time he don't make you happy, she don't make you happy. You have to make a conscious choice to choose certain things every day for your life. I choose peace because I have peace. I choose happiness because I am happy. And I'm gonna be happy. Whether I'm single or all the way tied down and up. Tied down. It is so margarita time. Bust it down, Brown. Bust it. Boy, you got people sitting at the Clarion call for you, Gary. I'm like, I don't know where Gary at. But we gonna figure it out. How about that? Glad to see you today. I knew you was okay. I just kind of figured you might be, you know, dealing with your things that you were dealing with the other week. Perhaps. I don't know. Sometimes it be like that. We gotta take a little quiet time or maybe just be silent a little bit while we walk through a moment in life. So I suggested we just pray for you, and that's what we did. I said that. I said that. I said maybe. I said I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that he may be dealing with, a funeral or whatnot. I did remember, so I was right. Well, we know chaos tries it, but it never wins in the end. Just keep your head up and remember your loved one, for all the goodness, and shoot, do everything you do in that person's name. I don't know, male or female, whatever, type of relationship, cousin, bestie, I don't know. But, you know, if y'all had goals and aspirations together, still do it. Still do it. I was telling them that the reason why I had titled this about what I can't see, but I'm gonna say it until I see it. It's because I was driving down the street, not on Jericho. um, and I just got this thing like open up another shop. And I'm like, no. But I know it ain't came around a third time for nothing. So I have to prepare, you know. And how I'm going to prepare is to speak life into it before I can even see it. So that, you know, the things, the characteristics and the affirmations and all those things are already in place. So when it erects, I don't know why that word sounds horrible, but when it comes to pass, then it already has life spoken into it. You know, similar to what we do to our children. And we were talking about how important it is to have a name for your business. You know, it's like I'm trying to give you characteristics and and positivity and all this thing into something that doesn't even have a name at the moment. Yeah, you good, Gary. Just know you love, buddy. Know you love. I'm just glad that I was able to think. Yeah, I knew you would come on here and say something like that. And that's the exact, thank you, confirmation. I said it earlier. I said maybe third time's a charm. No. But I do know what I didn't do the first time and the second time. Second time was pretty good. It just, I don't know. That's when my dad got sick and I kind of just lost my zeal in trying to get workers because you have to pay for that out your pocket, whether you got workers or not. So that would be my whole hang up right there is being nervous about that. But those are the things I'm going to speak full boost into my shop. That's not it. It's going to be too many sheer beauties. It's styled by Her Meekness Beauty Bar. Because we talked about that too. I'm saying I didn't know if I should change the name. Atmosphere said don't change it. And I agreed. Because I ain't done nothing with it yet. You know, I had the business and it didn't get floating. Sheer beauty is like that's one of them things because it's like it sucks because my last name is actually Sheer. It would be super catchy, but the fact of the matter is we use Sheer. So people like there's a girl that I refer my clients to. Her name is Sierra Gibbs, but she calls herself Sierra Sheer, and it ain't her last name. It's just the name she uses for you know what she's doing. I'm pretty sure all the Sheer names is taken because we cut with shears. I'm unique. They really used to think that was a stage name. Like my daddy's last name is Sheer. Hmm. But that's where we was today. Just kind of talking about another aspect of faith. You know, believing what you don't see and speaking it until you do see it. Most definitely. Yeah. And then my brain just went off. I came to the end of my words on that, and I started talking about what if God still pulled the woman out y'all read? What would you think it would be like? Oh my God. I can imagine right now a whole bunch of dudes walking around like, he ribbed you, huh? It'd be like the equivalent of women walking around after having a BBL. An unusual concept. It's only gonna be unusual to those that I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna fit right in where it should. I don't think it's gonna be as unusual as you think. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna be as unusual as you think. I don't think it's gonna be unusual. And you ain't just restricted to one type of thing. I think if it still was happening like that, I think we'd have a better appreciation of our partners. You know what I mean? How did I do that again? You couldn't, without saying too much, you do what? Where am I at? I'm just driving. What's that? What's what? That rattling? My candy, if that's what you're talking about. Me and these these nerves gummy clusters. I gotta get delivered. I've been eating them by the bags. Taco time. I got about 3 hours. Really not 3 hours. I got 2.5 hours. I'm gonna be headed to work by like 6:15 to get there on time. Gary, I had a meltdown yesterday. It was pretty bad. Listen, I melted all the way down. Yeah, it was bound to happen eventually. As I walk, there's always gonna be some level of pressure, and I do well under pressure until it's got to blow. I had a good cry for about 30 minutes. Listen, I was tired. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was just so tired, like pushing through these shifts. I was so tired. I felt like a tired baby. You know how babies get fussy? That's exactly what happened to me. I'm good now. I had to get it out. I had to let it out instead of, like I told somebody. I said I'm the type of person that when I'm doing something, head down, and I don't lift my head up until I see it. But yeah, I needed to come up for air. I really did. Cause man, sis lost it. But I'm back. It didn't make me give up or nothing like that. Nothing like that. Just something that had to release. I realized without that, it was a level of something I needed. And I wasn't gonna get it unless that came out. So now it's on and popping. Mm-hmm. It's on and popping. You were the first person I thought about too. I'm like, man. Gary will know what to say. See, you important. You is potent over here. You important. But I'm about to get ready so I can go get some tacos. Oh, you had a boiling point yesterday? Good. Let it out so we can go and keep going. Like the Energizer Bunny. But oh, you had a phone call. No, I was saying you had a breakdown too yesterday. I said that's good. Now it's out. We can keep going forward like the Energizer Bunny. Thank you for calling Bust It Down Brown Productions. How may I help you? But yeah, I'm about to get up off of here so I can oh, you love tacos? Good. What you put in them? Just lettuce? Just lettuce? You just put lettuce in your tacos, atmosphere? But we know you anti-meat. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm about to get up out of here because I have to get something to eat. I did bad with that yesterday. Because I was saying it's Taco Tuesday and he don't believe in tacos. I said he probably don't even like tacos because he don't believe in Taco Tuesday. He don't celebrate Taco Tuesday. I don't really care about your angry faces. Knuckle. But anyway, I thank you guys for listening to my rant on this day. Hope something I said touches your heart, causes you to think a different way. If you heard something that wasn't for you but for somebody else, share. Sharing is caring. As always, you're more than welcome to hit the Cash App. It's Taco Tuesday. But that's not most important here. Most important is to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, bring a friend. I did. It made no sense. Whatever. It did make sense. It was for you. And I'll be back. I don't know when. Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye now.